clapping again, guys. I always clap. Welcome back to the Weekly Mash. We're so excited to be here today. Today we have an amazing author who literally does it all. From dark or dangerous romance, dangerous, man, that's a tongue twister, romance, to heartwarming contemporary love stories and even magical middle grade adventures. Literally, you guys, every end of the spectrum she touches. Please give a warm Book Mash welcome to Aggie Unda. Aggie, we're so excited you're here. We've been waiting for this interview for a while. So please, will you take a moment, introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, all that good fun stuff.
Definitely. Thank you so much for having me. I have been waiting for this interview for months, and it's finally here. Yay!
We made it.
So, yes. So my name is Aggie. I write, my pen name for the romance and the dark romance is Unda-Tames. I have 2 contemporary romance, and I just finished the Dark Veil series, which is a dark romance. And I am leaning towards that spectrum because I love it.
Into the dark side.
So cool as an author. I think I can just play around so much with it. I now am actually planning the next series within that dark romance. And I honestly started off experimenting. That's why you see so many different genres. I have a background in theater. So as a director and playwright, I started with what is now the middle grade series.
Mm-hmm.
It's called The Seed of Imagination. And I have a son with autism. So when I wrote that, it was to promote autism awareness. It's
That's so
written
cool.
under the point of view of an autistic boy. So it's as we know what books do, right? They immerse us in that setting. So we follow this boy and his sister through that journey. And it is meant for teachers, for parents, for students to live the life of an autistic boy, but also in a fun way, in an adventure.
That's so cool.
And also just to become who you're meant to become. So
Yeah.
I started with that because it was a play. And when I did the play, I'm like, "Oh, I want to reach more people." So that's when I wrote the book based on the play. So those are my 2 middle grade books promoting autism awareness. But
That's
then
so
I'm
cool.
like, let's experiment a little bit
Right?
more. So I did the closed door romance, which is sweet and spicy, that follows Diego. And it is based in Puerto Vallarta. All of my books are set in Mexico, either Puerto Vallarta, Mexico City. There is a lot of elements that you will always find in them.
Very cool.
And after Diego and the closed romance, I went all the way to Mariana and the dark romance. And I'm like, this is even more fun.
Where was this my whole life? That's what I would have been saying.
And in that dark romance, which is I have like right here, is that
Oh,
one
that cover.
in Day of the Dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sugar skull picture is awesome. I
Oh,
love
you know how to get me sold.
Little goosebumps. I got goosebumps. It's all
Oh,
Day of the Dead, and even though it doesn't cross over to fantasy, it doesn't, but it is Day of the Dead. So there is a lot of that kind of crossover with the spirits and
right.
the altars and the Catrinas and these kind of mythological alebrijes. So that was a lot of fun. And I really enjoyed her personality, and how real she was, because she was not perfect and she's not perfect. And
I love it.
it is a dark romance. It does touches themes of alcohol. The next book, which is Mateo, touches like religious themes that could be triggering. So please make sure you read those triggers.
Mm-hmm. Read the menu, friends. Read the menu.
Make sure that you're in the right restaurant.
Yes.
Yes.
Different kind of food when you're in the other one, right? And then I went and I wrote Center Stage, because we do follow in those first books. It's Diego, which is a closed door Mariana, which is the dark romance, and Alejandro, which is the contemporary spicy
Oh,
romance.
so cool.
Okay.
So it's
You
like a
do
whole series, but different genres?
exactly.
Yeah, I like that.
You do see the three main characters, one in the closed door, one in a contemporary, and one in the dark romance.
That's so stinking
Very
cool.
cool.
Thank you.
I am one. Where's my debit card?
Oh boy, here we go.
First,
So,
we haven't even done a question yet, and I already want to
I
go
know,
buy
and
it.
she's like
oh my
ready to
gosh, you
go.
guys are the best. You are the best.
I am obsessed, like literally obsessed, with like Day of the Dead and Sugar Skulls and Skulls. Like that is right up my alley. And the fact that it's on your stinking cover, like,
And we're right in the middle of October.
Mm-hmm.
yes,
We're
Yeah.
it's my
right in
favorite.
that feeling of it.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's a sign. It was a sign.
It was a
This
fun.
whole thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, so our first official question, because we got so much information already that is just brilliant.
I know.
Was there one book, life moment, or plot twist that made you say, okay, it's time that I need to start writing? So you said that you wrote your first middle grades book with your son in mind. Was that really the turning point of you deciding that you were going to start writing novels versus screenplays? Or was there a turning point where you decided that screenplays were something that you really wanted to do and you were like just going into theater? What made you start writing?
The moment I wrote, you know, when you have something to say important, and at that point in time, obviously it was autism awareness because my
Mhm.
son maybe at that time he was probably 6. So as a mother it was not easy. And
Oh, yeah.
people around him didn't really know what was going on or what was happening. You
Mhm.
know, you got the stares, which I didn't really mind, but I was more than that. It was like, okay, let's inform people.
Yeah, 100%.
And more than people, let's inform other kids. Because when my son was in school, you know, you don't want you don't want the teacher telling just be nice, or he's the same age. He's not
Right.
really understanding. So the play, I did get a lot of like elementary school children in that watching that. But I'm like, how can I reach more people?
Yeah.
There's the cost of production, there's the cost of actors, there's the cost of, you know, it was like ding, 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 just
Yeah.
the cost for building. And I'm like, I can write a book and it's a
100%.
lot cheaper and I can reach more people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you say, Miranda, is really the turning point when I decided to write novels
Okay.
after or stories,
Yeah.
books. After writing those, it was so much fun. And I had like ideas and this and that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I can write about this. And you know, so it just started snowballing from there.
Yeah, 100% sure. Holy cow, that's so cool.
What a great
So
journey.
Miranda and I are both teachers, and we're always, well, I'm preschool, Miranda's middle school. But
Yeah.
we're both always looking for like ways to be inclusive, and it's so cool that you're talking about how you didn't want the teacher to tell all the other kids like just be nice, just so I was a one-on like teacher's assistant a couple years ago for a child in a wheelchair.
Mm.
And the kids would always come up to me and be like, hey, can so and so play with me? And I'm like, why are you asking me? Like, why don't you ask him? Like,
Right.
I'm
Right.
just here to help him.
That taboo. I wanted that
Mhm.
taboo to be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, after each chapter in book 1, there are discussion questions so that the
Oh, that's
parent
cool.
can talk with the kid or the teacher can talk with the student. And that taboo is the one that's like, no, no, no. I mean, we
Yeah.
celebrate autism awareness. Like
Mm-hmm.
April 2nd is like,
Mhm.
Grisho, what do you want to do? You know, we're celebrating you and because you're you, which
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the book, I mean, it not only talks about autism awareness, but it talks about just being you and being fine with it. And, you know,
So
because we all have this amazingness in us. Well, that's what I think. That's what
Yeah.
I believe.
I
No,
think
I
we're good too.
completely agree. And I teach online, so I don't get the in-person like interactions that you would normally have, but I did have a student last year who is a girl, which you don't see autism in as much or as frequently as you do in males.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Can you, as my teacher, wear a shirt for Autism Awareness Month?" And I was like, "Of course I will." And like the next day, I bought a shirt, I put it on, and we were in class, and she was so excited that I wore the shirt for her and that she had somebody like behind her, and her mom emailed me and she's like, that just made her whole day. So
That's so cool.
I love the fact that you are helping to instill the awareness in people that just because someone is different doesn't make them less than. And in
Right.
fact, a lot of the things that come with being on the spectrum is like a superpower. And so those
It
are
is.
things that people need to look at and celebrate.
Mhm.
Like you said, it's a celebration for autism awareness. It's not something where you have to be like, there's this thing that this person has. Let's make sure everybody's
Mhm.
aware. Like, we want to celebrate people's differences because that's what makes them unique and who they are. So I
Yeah.
think that's amazing.
Well, thank you.
So cool.
Thank
So
you.
We
cool.
think it's cool that you're writing about it. So thank you.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay. So, as you said, well, as we've all said, you dip your toes in every single genre. So, when you're switching gears, do you have to like give yourself a mental pep talk, or does it feel like visiting different parts of your like imagination's houses?
So I dipped my toes because I was still finding myself, to be honest,
Mhm.
as an author, as a writer. It's not the best career strategy because, like, the people that want middle grade, and then you, boom, here's a in your face dark romance, are like, "Oh, don't you write about, middle grade?" And so that was honestly me experimenting. And
I love it.
I do really want to explore the dark romance because I think it gives me like a whole umbrella of
Mhm.
things that I can play around with.
Mm-hmm.
So I finished that little like series with the closed door, the dark, the contemporary with those three friends. I finished my middle grade and now definitely at least for until I get like more of a follower consistency, I will stay with the dark for a while.
She's putting that dark romance badge right there next to her signature.
Right.
Yes, it's so
Yes.
Quickly
much
move
fun.
to the dark side.
I mean, you get to play with things that you're not supposed to play with.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the appeal of the dark romance reader. I mean, you
Yeah.
get to live and play around with things that, okay, well, I close the book and now let me be good.
I'm like, I wasn't reading that.
Right. And I
Yeah.
mean, also, experimenting with your own sensuality is
Yeah.
fun. Like I said, with the autism, it should not be a taboo, at least in I mean, you can experiment. I mean, as long as everybody agrees with, then you can find good ideas.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. You do you, girl.
Yeah,
Do it. Literally.
definitely. So your dark romances are full of tension and danger, while the contemporaries are bringing the emotional depth and the healing. What draws you to explore both darkness and the light side of love? We know that you're gearing towards the dark side now,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
do you feel like you might write more contemporary and go back and forth, or just stay on in the dark romance, like you said, for now, so you can get that following going?
Do feel that in playing with the dark, you also play with the light. It's that balance. The thing with the contemporary, maybe I'm wrong, that this is just my opinion. It's too light. It's like too. It's like. eh. In fact, when I was writing Center Stage, which is the contemporary kind of like in between, as I was writing it, I was like, I need to put a little bit of suspense or a little bit of something. This is just like
Yeah.
not real. Not that I'm saying that the
Mhm.
dark is real because nobody wants to be stalked or nobody wants to well, not in public. Not that telling everyone. But I think that play with light and dark in the dark romance, you get to play a little bit with both of those elements. And that
Yeah.
is it. Like, because I mean, at the end, or at least in my books, they all, even if they're dark, they all have a little bit of light. I mean, they're all
Mm.
not all
I feel like they have to.
bad.
Right.
It's
They can't
that
be just absolute villainous. Like, you have to have that pull to want to like the bad guy. You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
Yeah.
Says,
Except Ashley.
He's like, nope, it's all good.
give me the dark. Make it black. Black like my soul.
Whatever.
I
Oh
like
my
it.
gosh.
Okay, so we're gonna play two sides of Aggie. Give us one thing that perfectly represents your dark romance author self, and one that captures like your wholesome, like contemporary romance side.
Well, I think it's that same duality that I'm talking about. I mean,
That's true.
I've seen in like posts is like I look like this and it's like a little good girl kind of angel, but I write like this, right? And it's all like, well, I mean, let me split myself in half. And I do have both. I don't know if that answered your question.
I think
No,
that's
I think
a
it does.
perfect answer.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you
No,
can
I'd
bring
be
that
the one
out in
that
your
like,
writing.
yeah, I'd be one that had like the contemporary romance book or the fantasy book in front, and then like slid the dark romance book on top. That'd be me. But I don't care if you know I'm reading a dark romance, because
Or
one of my
encyclopedia, and then you've got like,
Yeah.
yeah, here guys, I'm learning here. One of my coworkers came up to me and they were like, "Do you really read that stuff that you talk about on your podcast?" And I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, I'm like, "Is that a bad?" Oh, she goes, "No, I just never knew that you'd read that."
Wait, you should have then continued with, and I read it in school. Or listening to it.
On my lunch
No?
break.
You're like you're like listening to it and you're like in the grocery store like, oh well this like scene is going on and you're like, let me get a couple of these for my kids.
yeah.
So true.
Readers of any type of romance, I think, have the best poker faces.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And if
You'll
you
never
don't,
know.
then you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
Well, like my husband, for example, he's listening to Zodiac Academy.
Oh.
And that's like his first real taste of what I actually read. Normally he's like sci-fi and there's no spice. It's like all sci-fi.
Oh.
And he's like, Ashley, there's a point where you just have to fast forward because it's becoming too much.
Is there?
And I'm like,
You're like,
did
let
you
me
really
read
listen to that?
page twice and take notes.
Grab the highlighter. Where's the sticky notes? I'm like, well, sorry.
Oh, that's too funny. Too funny.
He's boring.
Okay, be honest. Are your villains misunderstood romantics, or are they just deliciously wicked?
Oh,
Why
delicious.
can't they be both?
True.
Yeah. I mean, so right now in the Dark Veil series, there is one it's Dante that everybody hated because in this book, you see 3 points of view. Mariana, Dante, and Mateo. So even though in the next book in Mateo you do see a little bit darker side of him, but Dante is just I like him. But like I said before, he's deliciously wicked, but why?
Right?
So I think we always need to go to that why and then understand.
Super intriguing.
I so need my debit card right now.
Yeah.
Just saying. Okay. So paint us a picture of your writing space. Is it like chaos? Do you have playlists, post-it notes, or is it like total zen with coffee?
Okay. I write at 4:30 in the morning only because
Or mac and
everyone's
cheese.
asleep
Yeah.
and I can focus. As soon as I start hearing like little noises going on, I do have my outline, but
No, never does.
in the middle, I remember telling my husband, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna write about this scene tomorrow or whatever. And then the next day is like, how did it go? Well, not good.
Never got to that.
Because this character just decided that she got really angry, yelled at it was Diego, I think, that I was writing, and went in a completely different direction.
You
Even
went
though
off
I
the
had
rails.
yeah, I have my outline and then I just have to change everything. My writing space I turn in because I look at it. No, I have my notebook where I have my post-its and I do have scenes that I particularly want to write. And those are the scenes that guide me through the story, even though if it changes direction, I know I want to get that scene. So instead of going like from A to B in a straight line, I might go like woo. And I do end up writing the scenes that I really want to write, or the ones that take the story in the direction that I want it to take.
Yeah. If I was a writer, that's how I'd probably be, but we've already determined I'm not becoming an author.
What else? I can't write with music or anything because then I'm like dancing and the words get jumbled with the lyrics or the music. So I do need like no sound going on and my coffee.
And the coffee.
And the coffee.
Especially at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Right?
4:30.
4:30. I am not a coffee drinker, but I have a feeling if I had that schedule, I would probably need something.
Yeah.
5:30 p.m. here,
I know.
and I'm on my like third one.
Yeah. No, coffee stops
Mhm.
before, because if not, I go to bed early.
I imagine so.
That's the good side of me.
Yeah.
There you go. Balance. If you could pick one line or moment from any of your books that feels like you, what would it be?
Well, that's a hard one. Okay, so people a lot of times ask me if I pull things from real life or blah blah blah, and I always say no, but in
Awfully big
center
butt right
stage,
there.
in center stage, I did meet my husband during a play. Like we were both in the play. And he does have the most amazing voice ever. So there is a line in that book when Emmy, who's the character, reacts to listening to Alejandro. That of course I pulled from my heart.
Oh,
Remembering what I felt when I heard him. So I think that one.
so cute.
I wrote a book and I was putting something about my husband and I in there. It'd be like when I left him in the middle of nowhere with no food or shoes. I didn't really do it, but
That's the best hook ever, Ashley.
I got you.
When I left
You can use it.
my husband in the middle, you have to write that book.
No food or shoes. No. It'll go in my 25-page novella with no cover and no character or world building.
Okay, but I want to read it.
My husband and I have a very like love-hate relationship. It's like our love language is like hating each other, but we love each other like to death. So he'll be like, Ashley, go jump off a bridge. And I'm like, drive me.
Like, I love you too.
Yeah. It's literally how it is.
Thank you for saying that to me.
My dad tells me all the time, he's like, will you guys quit bickering? I'm like, it's our love language. Like, this is how we tell each other we love each other. We did a whole, like, segment. What was it, for Valentine's Day or something, Miranda?
It was
Like
Father's Day. It was the Father's Day
Father's Day?
one where we
And
did
it was
a
like the real
husband's.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah, the real life book boyfriends. And Miranda's sitting here, like, swooning over her husband. And he does all of this for us. He fixes anything. Like, I'll do anything for him. I'm like, I buried mine last week. It's true.
So literally, I love him to death.
Literally. Like we talk about how, like with like life insurance and stuff, and how if he accidentally dies at work, which he works from home on computers, he gets like 10 grand more. I'm like, so if I poison you while you're at work working, does that count as like a work accident death? That's like our relationship.
That's another great hook. That's Ashley, you need to be writing these down.
I'll send them to Miranda.
Sell your crazy ideas to indie authors.
Also, yeah.
I will. You can use it. Just put me in the dedication. That's all I ask. That's all I want.
Oh my
Be in
god.
one dedication.
Full novel that I was able to write.
Brian, she put me there. She used my idea of killing you. That'd be my life. Okay. So one of the best things about your work is how personal and emotional it feels. Whether it's a first love or first heartbreak. What do you hope readers feel when they close any of your books?
Everything.
I love it. Perfect answer.
I want them to feel everything.
That's literally the perfect answer.
I love when we get all the feels.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do and I don't.
It's funny because I usually don't like to read books that make me cry, but I like to write them.
Yeah.
You
No.
know? So
Books that make you cry or that make your audience cry or both?
I don't like to read books that make me cry while I'm like reading them, like from someone
Right.
else. But I like writing scenes that I feel or know that they're gonna make the reader that's reading my
Okay.
book cry. Yeah, that's not fair.
You're like, haha, I got you.
They're gonna really cry at this one.
Yeah, haha, how fun!
Grab the tissues, people.
I wish they'd put a warning like at the beginning of a chapter. Tissues needed here.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Kleenex.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Okay, let's do a little rapid fire. So just whichever one pops to your mind first. I think we might know the answer to this already. But coffee or tea?
Coffee in the morning, tea in the night.
Okay. Well,
See?
So
See?
both.
That duality.
Yeah, I already know the answer to this one, but write in silence or music blaring.
Silence.
silence.
Yep.
We already. You answered all of these while we were going. Early bird or night owl?
You answer that one.
Man,
Always.
here's one we don't have the answer to yet.
There we go.
Favorite romance trope to write?
Oh, I like the love triangle. I know.
I think I'd enjoy writing it. I'm not a huge romance triangle person. I mean, I'll read it, but it's not my favorite one. But I think I'd enjoy writing it.
Yeah.
I mean, as you know, I haven't written that much, but forced proximity is pretty cool too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would be between the love triangle just because you can play a lot with that.
Mm-hmm.
But the forced proximity, I think, is the one that will always grab me in the staying together and making them want each other.
Right.
Because they're forced to.
Yeah.
One book that you'd love to live in for a day.
The Night Circus.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yep.
I like it.
I mean, it says circus, so I'd do it.
But the magic is like so weird.
Mm-hmm.
And that book took me by surprise. I was like, so I think that one was like, what is this? I like it.
What am I reading?
What am I reading?
Yeah, I really like that.
Awesome. Very
That's
cool.
cool.
All
Well,
right.
that was all of our questions. But before we leave, can you please tell listeners like what's next for you and then where they can find you?
Yes. So I will be releasing the last book in the Dark Veil series. It's going to be ready January 15, but I'm going to...
No, but
If you want to be an ARC reader, attention. If you want to be an ARC reader, end of November, I will have Dante available for ARC readers. It's cartel, it's BDSM, it's I love it. It's twisted.
It's twisted.
So my ARC readers, I love you ladies. You guys are the best. Just sign up to my newsletter, www.Unda-Tames.com. And it'll take you to my website and you can sign up for my newsletters right there.
I know. That's what I'll be doing when we get off of here.
no, seriously, this has been so much fun. We've laughed more times than I can count.
I had so
It was amazing.
fun. Thank you again for doing this for all indie authors, for putting our books out there for the world to read.
Always.
And I hope I see you soon again.
I hope that you come back in January.
Yes.
Definitely.
For sure.
Definitely.
Make sure you guys go follow everything Aggie in the comments, in the description. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes, in the description.
Go show her some love. Show her the book Mash sent you. Until next time, you guys, keep on smashing those books, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye, guys.